Cartoon Network had its fair share of weird cartoons, but one show was different. A show that didn't just creep us out, it straight up haunted our childhoods. A lonely farmhouse, an abandoned stretch of desert, and a pink dog constantly facing unspeakable horrors. But what made Courage the Cowardly Dog truly terrifying wasn't just the monsters, it was how the show delivered them. So, what made this cartoon so unique, and why does it still scare us today? This is Courage the Cowardly Dog. Back in the late 90s, Cartoon Network was experimenting with some truly bizarre ideas. Enter John R. Dilworth, a man whose animation was as strange as it was unsettling. Before Courage the Cowardly Dog was a full series, it began as a short film called The Chicken from Outer Space, a bizarre, wordless horror comedy that aired on What a Cartoon. The short was such a hit that Cartoon Network gave Dilworth the green light to turn it into a full show in 1999. But what made Courage the Cowardly Dog truly unique wasn't just its weirdness, it was the way it blended comedy with absolute nightmare fuel. At first glance, Courage the Cowardly Dog looked like any other Cartoon Network show, but in reality it was something far more unsettling. Take Freaky Fred for example, a character so unsettling his creepy smile alone still haunts us to this day. But nothing compares to the sheer nightmare fuel of King Ramses' curse, a glitchy, lifeless CGI ghost demanding Courage return an ancient relic. Sometimes, Courage didn't need jump scares to be terrifying, just an empty stare was enough. Many fans consider The Mask to be the creepiest Courage episode ever, a mix of psychological horror, abuse themes, and eerie silence. For all its horror, Courage the Cowardly Dog was still a cartoon. Courage himself was a master of slapstick comedy. And then, of course, there's Eustace. Grumpy, lazy, and always ready with his iconic catchphrase. But some of the funniest moments weren't just from Courage. This show had a habit of throwing in completely random absurdity at any moment. And then there were moments when Courage straight up acknowledged the audience, as if it knew how weird it was. At its core, Courage the Cowardly Dog was the perfect mix of horror and humour. 1 second, nightmare fuel, the next, pure comedy gold. One of the darkest themes of Courage the Cowardly Dog was the fear of abandonment, something that shaped Courage's entire existence. Muriel loved Courage, but was she enough to protect him from Eustace? The show quietly hinted at a deeper, more tragic home life. Unlike other horror cartoons, Courage didn't rely on cheap jump scares. Its terror came from psychological horror, eerie silence, and surreal, almost dreamlike imagery. But despite all the horror, Courage the Cowardly Dog was a show about love, loyalty, and overcoming fear, even when no one else believed in you. From its creepy villains to its bizarre art direction, Courage the Cowardly Dog had one of the most unique visual styles in animation. And its influence didn't stop there. Many modern animated shows took inspiration from Courage's ability to blend horror and comedy. Even years later, Courage the Cowardly Dog has built a massive cult following. Fans still share their favourite moments, their nightmares, and their love for the pink dog that never gave up. In the end, Courage the Cowardly Dog was more than just a creepy cartoon. It was a story about fear, love, and loyalty, a show that scared us, but also made us care. What's your favourite Courage moment? Let me know in the comments. And if you love forgotten cartoons, hit that subscribe button because next time we're diving into another lost classic.